My passionate and loyal Scorpio friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Scorpio, this week begins with a quiet ache you might not easily name. There's a sense of waiting, like standing on the edge of a decision you can feel in your bones, but haven't quite let surface. It isn't anxiety, not exactly. It's a restless curiosity, tethered to something you're not yet ready to voice. Maybe you're noticing how the world around you is changing in subtle ways, or maybe you feel your own priorities shifting, as if you're preparing for a season that hasn't fully arrived. Underneath it all, there's a question simmering. What is truly worth your energy now? You might feel a longing for newness, interrupted by a caution that keeps you watching more than acting. This tension isn't loud, but it's persistent. It sits in the pauses between your commitments, in the space before you say yes or no. You bring a depth of awareness to every choice, and this week that depth is quietly at work, looking for something more meaningful to invest in. There's a gentle hum around you, a sense that you're poised at the beginning of a new phase. The Page of Pentacles appears here, not to declare a grand new start, but to illuminate the tender place in you that's hungry to learn, to build, to plant yourself somewhere that feels solid. You might feel a pull to get your hands into something tangible, work, study, a new routine, or even a conversation that leaves you with more questions than answers. There's a humility in this state, a willingness to be a beginner again, even if you're practiced at hiding your vulnerability. You're not chasing after recognition or validation. Instead, you're tuning into the small daily moments that promise growth if only you stay curious. This is not an impatient feeling. It's more like a steady readiness, a quiet voice inside encouraging you to explore, to let yourself be shaped by what you discover. You may notice your attention drawn to details others might overlook, finding satisfaction in small steps and incremental progress. If you feel uncertain or inexperienced in some area, it's not a weakness. It's the very source of your energy right now. Your emotional posture is open, if a bit cautious, and your unspoken tension comes from wanting to do this right, to lay down roots in the right place. There may be a sense of testing the ground before you move forward, checking and rechecking your sense of direction. What you're feeling is not hesitation as failure, but as care for your time, your heart, and the future you're quietly building. This gentle, open state naturally gives rise to movement. The part of you that wants to plant seeds also understands that some things must be left behind, or at least set aside for a while. Your inner readiness to learn and grow creates its own momentum, and soon the world responds with both invitations and demands. You may find yourself needing to transition, to move from one mental or emotional space to another. This is not a leap, but a crossing, a slow, steady passage that doesn't let you skip any steps. The decisions you make now are guided by your willingness to be present with discomfort, to acknowledge what isn't working and to gently release it. You're not forced into action, but you're aware of a subtle pressure, the sense that the old way is no longer possible, that a change is quietly underway, whether or not you feel ready for it. The 6 of Swords meets you at this threshold. It brings with it the friction of leaving something familiar behind, even if that thing is no longer working. You might notice a certain heaviness in your day-to-day, as if you're carrying a bit more than usual. This could look like a shift in your relationships, your work, or even your own self-talk. Change doesn't always announce itself with drama. Sometimes it's just the realization that you can't quite go back to the way things were. The pressures in your life may feel subtle but persistent, a conversation that keeps circling back, a routine that no longer fits, a dream that quietly asks for more space. There's movement here, but it's measured. You might feel caught between wanting to move on and wanting to honor what you're leaving behind. The momentum is real, even if it's slow. You can sense that you're being carried forward, sometimes by your own choice, sometimes by circumstance. There's a bittersweetness in this, a recognition that growth always asks for something in return. The friction comes from resisting the urge to rush, from choosing to move with intention rather than abandon. You may feel tired but not defeated, uncertain but not lost. This path isn't about escape, it's about traveling with the lessons you've gathered, letting them guide you as you chart new territory. Your potential this week will only reveal itself as you engage with these shifts, not by ignoring them. The movement you're experiencing is not just external, it's internal too. The way you respond, the choices you make, and the attitude you bring to each step all shape what becomes possible. If you meet these moments with awareness, with the same quiet curiosity that began your week, you open up space for something new to take root. Your ability to balance what's ending with what's beginning is not automatic. It's something you craft moment by moment as you decide what to carry forward and what to set down. Now the Two of Pentacles appears, not to promise an easy resolution, but to reflect the dance you're learning between stability and adaptation. Growth for you looks like weaving together the practical and the emotional. It's the art of holding space for change without letting chaos take over. You're invited to experiment with flexibility, to notice where you can make small adjustments that keep you grounded even as you navigate uncertainty. Balancing competing priorities, shifting your focus as needed, and staying attuned to both your needs and your responsibilities. All of this is possible when you remain conscious of your choices. There's an invitation here to treat each day as a set of opportunities rather than a series of problems to solve. You might notice that your ability to adapt grows stronger as you practice it, that the rhythm of your days becomes more manageable as you allow yourself to respond rather than react. This potential is not a fixed destination. It's a way of being that you cultivate with each choice, each moment of presence. You're not expected to have it all figured out. The growth available to you is subtle but real, found in the way you stay connected to yourself while meeting the demands of the world around you. All three cards, Page of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and Two of Pentacles, form a quiet arc in your week. You begin with a gentle curiosity, a willingness to be new to something again, meeting the world with open but careful hands. This gives rise to a necessary journey, one that asks you to leave behind what's no longer serving you, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. As you move forward, you discover your capacity to balance, to adjust, to find stability in motion. The process is neither easy nor dramatic, but it's deeply meaningful. You're not being asked to leap before you're ready, nor to cling to what's fading. Instead, you're invited to honor the transitions, to treat each step as worthy of your full attention and care. By week's end, the tension that began in silence may not be gone, but it's softened, transformed by your willingness to meet yourself honestly, to trust your own pace, and to remain present through every shift. There's reassurance in knowing that you can hold space for both uncertainty and growth, that you can be both rooted and adaptable. Whatever the week brings, you move through it with a quiet strength, grounded in your own unfolding story. Actionable insights for Scorpio this week. Let yourself slow down when you notice tension in your body. Try giving extra attention to one daily habit and see how it feels. If your mind is busy, step outside or look out a window for a few moments. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I meet each moment as it arrives. My pace is my own to set. I am learning as I go, and that is enough. I am steady, even when things shift. I trust the wisdom in my choices. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.